So I started off the day with some delicious, what I call period juice. It's so funny. It's literally just a Jamaican cinnamon leaf iced tea mixture combined with green juice. I'm gonna show you how to make it later on in the video. This has seriously been able to relieve me of so much pain during that time of the month, and it's been amazing for my overall womb health. Something I seriously think people need to be drinking. I went ahead and finished this up, and like I said, I'm gonna show you all how to make it later on in the day. Now, as a Jamaican woman, I love me some sorrel, but the way that Jamaican people make sorrel is they just throw a whole heap of sugar in it, and I feel like all that sugar kind of like takes away from the health benefits. Sorrel is actually so amazing, and it can genuinely help with period pain. At least it has helped me out with my period pain. So now, since I'm on my cycle, I'm gonna go ahead and put just a little tip of sorrel along with some fennel seeds and red raspberry leaf. These are like a holy grail trio to relieve pain during that time of the month. I'm just taking about 1.5 teaspoons of each and a couple sorrel flower leaves, throwing that in along with 2 cups of water, allowing it to steep for about 15-20 minutes and drinking it hot. No sugar, no honey, no agave, just straight herb, straight bush.
As we live through the highs and lows. All my life I knew I had this coming. Zombies had me tore around the country. Ironic how the dead gave me a post. Break the mold, the kid turned into something. All those guys are number out the budget. Beast Coast, those my brothers, different mothers. RP my pops, he would've loved this. Blood don't always make someone your family. Thankful for the people that I'm stuck with. Got some friends that hold me down for nothing. So we live out every dream we told each other on the bumpy roads. That's just what it comes with. Make it to the top with the ones that I came up with. Just so we could cross out everything that's on the bucket. Trevor, that's my brother, different mother. Both our daddies flying in the sky somewhere above us. Still so much to see that.
Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to another Ital Eats and Treats video where we prioritize health and longevity. So today I'm gonna show you how I use herbs and a plant-based diet to have a 4-day period with very minimal cramps. Now please keep in mind, I'm not saying I have completely eradicated cramps. Some cycles I will have some cramps, some minimal cramps. Other cycles I might not have any cramps at all. Also, it is important to keep in mind that these are the things that I do to help out my personal cycle, and I'm also not a doctor. I'm just a Caribbean gal who loves to use herbs to heal my body the same way my ancestors and the people before me did. Now, before we get started with this video, I do want to mention a couple of things that also help me with my cycle and reducing pain naturally. Number one, I do track my cycle. I use an app. No matter which app you use, but it's very important to use a tracking app. It really lets me know pretty accurately when my cycle is about to come on, when it's about to stop. It also helps if you are sexually active and everything as well, to just help you out in a natural way, especially for the girls who are trying to stay off of birth control for different reasons, because birth control does cause a lot of pain for different women, whether it might be cystic acne, whether it might be completely missing cycles. Another thing is I consume a lot of Caribbean herbal teas in general. There is a flower in Jamaica called Sorrel. It's also found in other Caribbean islands. It's also from West Africa. Now, sorrel is a bit different from hibiscus. I know someone tried to like really hop on me saying sorrel wasn't originated in West Africa. It's from, where did he say it was from? The Americas or something. But sorrel is not the exact identical copy as hibiscus. Sorrel is coming from the plant, I believe, called rosella or something like that, and that is originating from West Africa, whereas hibiscus is different. Anyways, sorrel is really amazing and does wonders for pain and alleviating pain and cramps during menstrual cycle. I love to drink 1 cup of sorrel tea a day, and I take a whole heap of sorrel for it. And I also do not put a lot of sugar in it either, because I feel like when that time of year comes around, Christmas time and holiday season, we're putting so much sugar, white refined sugar, in our sorrel, and we're taking away a lot of the health benefits. So I like to make my sorrel with like freshly pressed apple juice, or I'll just drink it hot with other herbal teas like red raspberry leaf, and it tastes good alone. Also mentioning a lot of other herbs I love to consume are red raspberry leaf, amazing for alleviating menstrual cramps. Jamaican cinnamon leaf does wonders. Even cerasee, I know a whole heap of people hate Jamaican cerasee, it tastes bitter bad. Even a Jamaican guaco. There are so many different Caribbean and Jamaican herbs that really help out with women's overall well-being and women's health. These are things to really start incorporating into our weekly and even daily diets. Also fennel seeds. Fennel seeds are not Jamaican per se, but these have been doing wonders for my cycle, and they also really help with digestion, bloating, and acid reflux. Jamaican blue vervain is another herb that I consume weekly, if not daily. Drinking homemade juices and getting rid of pasteurized juices. I make my own cold pressed juices all the time, every week, every day, honestly. And these juices are loaded with nutrients. I make them fresh every couple of days. And these really help me out compared to the pasteurized, overly sugared juices that you can find in grocery stores. Next thing that is extremely important is to consume a whole heap of iron. I don't think a lot of people know this, but women need nearly twice the amount of iron than men. It's scientifically backed. Women also need more sleep than men, especially at different parts of our cycles, because women do not operate like men. Men basically have the same hormones throughout the entire month, but women's hormones are like going this and this and this and this. So we really have to be moving based off of the time of a month during our cycle. This is another reason why I say tracking your cycle has done wonders for me personally. Consuming more iron has not only helped me out with pain during my menstrual cycle, it has also helped out with my hair growth, it's helped out with brain fog and many other things. So whether that might be consuming more iron-rich meals or taking iron pills. So let's go ahead and get into the video. If you all are interested in more herbal tea recipes, I do have an ebook that talks about different recipes for herbal tea blends and juice blends as well that may help with alleviating pain during that time of the month. I also have a fully raw vegan ebook that has over 60 recipes. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Fresh fruit is another thing that I consume a whole lot that genuinely has been helping out my cycle and my overall health as well. I don't really consume outside sugars, definitely not white refined sugar, but whenever I do consume sugar, I love to have it be natural from fruits. I love to have agave sometimes maple syrup. I love to have dates to naturally sweeten smoothies and stuff. I'm also eating some seaweed. It is a natural source of iodine and iron. I do not think people realize how much women need iron. Women need nearly twice the amount of iron compared to men because we are losing so much blood each month. So during my cycle and the week before my cycle, I make sure that my meals are high in iron, and I also take an iron pill every single day, especially as a plant-based person. So the star of today's dish is chickpea flour. I'm making some delicious chickpea scramble. This recipe is on my website if you're interested in it. I feel like you all are going to be interested in it. I love to season this very well, and I love to put Jamaican curry powder in it. That is turmeric. It's giving us some anti-inflammatory properties, and it just makes it taste good. Going back to the chickpeas are high in iron as well as magnesium. As I mentioned before, you want to make sure you have a lot of iron when you're on your cycle and the week before as well, to help replace the iron that will be lost and to also help reduce cramping. There are two different types of iron. There's hem iron and non-hem iron. Non-hem iron is not as easily absorbed as hem iron. Non-hem iron is iron coming from plant-based sources. Hem iron is iron coming from meat sources like beef and like other stuff. Because we are veggie vegans, when you're meat, we don't eat no flesh or nothing like that. We want to make sure that our iron is being easily absorbed, so I always compare high iron meals with vitamin C. This vitamin C is going to allow non-hem iron, which is from plant-based sources, to be more easily absorbed into the body. You can do more research on this if you wish. I always love to pair cooked foods with some fresh fruit and veggies to allow it to be easier digested. I also am in love with probiotics like kimchi. Kimchi not only tastes good, but it adds a lot of different probiotics to my meal. This kimchi is made without using fish paste, and it made the meal extra delicious. For all my matcha girlies out there, una must listen to me, please. Open your ears, okay? A lot of women are prone to anemia, and if you are a girl who loves matcha, please be cautious with how you are drinking your matcha. First of all, number one, stop drinking so much matcha. There's people I'm seeing online putting like 7 grams of matcha in one drink, which is just gluttonous and ridiculous. You do not need more than 3 grams of matcha for one drink. That's about 1.5 teaspoons. But the reason why I'm really stressing this, especially in this video that discusses how I'm able to have a 4-day period, is that matcha can block the absorption of non-hem iron. So if you're a fellow veggie girl, if you're a fellow vegan, or if you eat meat and you just don't eat a lot of meat, if you're consuming like 7 grams of matcha per drink, you are most likely blocking your iron absorption. So to avoid that, all I really do is make sure I drink my matcha 2 hours apart from when I'm taking my iron pills, and I do not combine my matcha drinks with my high iron meals. That's all it is. It's just simply eating more intentionally and not being greedy when it comes to the amount of matcha powder I put in my drinks. Of course, I'm using the amazing Cravings Auto 10 Plus to make my cold pressed juice today. If you're interested, you can use code Ital Eats and link in the description box for 10% off. I'm absolutely in love with this juicer. I've been using Cravings products for the past 2 years, but today I'm making a dandelion juice to pair with my cinnamon leaf iced tea that I had mentioned to you all earlier. The tea is full of different herbs that help during menstrual cramps during that time of the month. It's full of cinnamon leaf, dandelion roots, red raspberry leaf, marshmallow roots, and instead of sweetening this iced tea with sugar, which might cause inflammation, add more bloating and more pain during that cycle, what I'm doing is I'm using this natural cold pressed juice to sweeten the iced tea. This stuff helps out my cycle so much, and it tastes delicious and it's completely refreshing. I decided to add dandelion because this is also high in iron, but of course, like I mentioned earlier, if you're going to be using plant-based sources of iron, make sure to throw in like a orange or a kiwi or a bell pepper, because those are all high in vitamin C, which will help to increase the absorption of the non-hem iron located in dandelion greens. Okay, you all, so I've been saying this on my Instagram for years, but berries are the key to women's health. Not only do they taste delicious, so good, but they do wonders for women's health. I'm making a delicious berry protein smoothie with ashwagandha and Ceylon cinnamon. Ashwagandha really helps out with stress and it helps with overall female health. I'm sweetening this with natural sweetener like Menstrual dates. Adding cinnamon also really helps to boost the sweetness, and adding a little vanilla. This smoothie is so delicious. It's full up of berries and other ingredients that are great for women. And of course, I also have been using this dairy-free kefir. It helps with probiotics, which helps with bloating and helps with inflammation. Berries also may help with balancing hormones because of their high levels of phytoestrogen. Alright ladies, no judgment because I'm eating leftovers for today's lunch. When you are on your cycle, you don't want to be on your feet all day cooking in a hot kitchen. So I had made a really nice dinner, Ital Jamaican dinner for my family the night before with some callaloo, with some Ital stew, boiled pumpkin, spelt flour dumplings. This is not dumpling made from bleached white flour. These are dumpling made from high protein, alkaline Dr. Sebi approved spelt flour. And some callaloo. Callaloo is also extremely high in iron. This whole entire thing was extremely delicious and yummy. So during that time of the month, a lot of women do crave chocolate. This is because there are some components in cacao and chocolate that really help us out with our cycle. So instead of going to get a chocolate bar that's full of white sugar and may cause inflammation and bloating and pain, I'm gonna go ahead and make some delicious chocolate milk. This chocolate milk has a lot of different ingredients and steps, but it tastes so incredible. It's so rich and it's great for a post-workout. And I had just finished a workout. Yes, I worked out at the gym on this day of my cycle, and this chocolate milk was so good. It's more of a shake, to be honest, and it was just so yummy, very delicious, very filling, and very nourishing. This shake was made with my Nama M1 plant-based milk maker. If you're interested in it and you make your own milks from home using a blender or a juicer, I would highly recommend getting this. It saves me so much time. Cleanup is so easy and it makes the creamiest plant-based milks I've ever had. It's so worth it. If you're interested, you can go ahead and check out the link in my bio for 10% off. For dinner, we have, as you can see, more chickpeas. Like I said, chickpeas are generally one of my favorite types of beans. They're so easy to season and I love the texture and taste of them. I was gonna use a different type of bean, but honestly, I just love chickpeas, especially during that time of the month. As mentioned before, they're extremely high in iron, magnesium. It's such a supreme bean, honestly. I'm pairing it with a little salad, some pumpkin seeds for added iron, and my homemade tahini dressing that is also high in iron. That is it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope this information is able to help out another precious divine feminine out there. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.